And we are underway on a Monday night. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check 3.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Big stop. Let's go.
Here's Ryan to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And some room to run now. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 33 and a first. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the
35, 25, 54, stop. Bravo. Chase, chase.
40 seconds to Mike. Watch the pass. 4 seconds to Mike.
To throw is Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
It's now 3rd down.
47. Delta.
47. Check.
Got it.
Here we go. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
So don't say nothing.
Hey, check, Mike. 47. Gun.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Break.
58. Come on. I'm coming.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Hey, Sue.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Go. 58, boys. 58.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big play there out of Kamara. 47 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. He'll let it go deep for Foster, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 53 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown?
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
47 is the mic. I got it.
Smooth.
47 is the mic.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Harris to return. Powers ahead at the 45. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
First down.
Go.
Saints.
70, Indy.
Let's see what you got.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Safarian Jenkins has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
To James O'Shaughnessy. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Falcons, 30.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
60 Pittsburgh.
Mike, 58, right there. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Christian, Travis. Go.
Watch the twist. 58 Mike, 58. 58 Mike.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robert Foster, 37 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating to use it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, 59, ready? Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. It's been a long day.
Space.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
You better go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right.
59 Mike. 59 Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Here we go.
Let's go. Ready, set.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Get it.
On the ground, this is Kamara. Oh, shifty. Whoa. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
58, right over there.
Ready?
They'll drop the throw. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this 1st half. after the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now third down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We got
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Third and long. It's Ryan. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, D.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Topper!
On the ground, Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Set. 10-2 stop.
I know he ain't got it.
Say go.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Will Lutz, who went to college a stone's throw from here at Georgia State, comes on for the field goal attempt. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
It's just me and you. Mike, check.
Hey, exit.
59.
To try again after the sack. Ryan is complete to Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Hey, hold it. Got it.
First and 10.
Got it, go.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 10-yard
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
27 yards.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Hopkins set to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! 19-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Snap.
Again, it's Kamara. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the ready.
58. 58 to Mike.
65. 65.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running.
Here we go.
They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Get it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Kamara off the draw, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Right there. You remember me? You remember me?
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Check. 59. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, South.
59's Mike. Check. 59.
You don't know.
Now Ryan on first down. This one caught by Ridley. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. He completes it to Jones. The 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 63 yards, and the Falcons get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31.
Saints.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Kamara. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hit it. Bravo.
Back to throw here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base.
58, right there. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Let's go.
The busy night continues for Kamara. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Delta.
2nd and 5. Throw left side complete. It's Murray. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th.
Set. 50, plant.
Pick up the ball. He's coming.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to have the connection to Foster.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. He's at the 50, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior.
Down! Get ready! Get ready! Space, space.
Here we go. Check 59.
22! Hey, zoom!
Okay.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, 43 yards. And the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Those defensively got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his second incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check hot. He's crossing. He's checking crap. Switch.
Hey, Alpha!
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. Grady Jarrett, his second sack of the night. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Second and 15. He'll let this go for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
20. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
59, Mike.
Got it.
Check, 59.
Man, that's trash.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Falcons. Taywan Taylor, 68 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Got it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running with Kamara. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense really clamping down. Although they're losing the game still, this second half has been theirs.
And they're winning it. I almost equate it to being a boxer. And whenever you see a good fight, the guy who is on his toes and doing the punching, that's the guy who's winning, and that's the way they're going at it defensively now. Much more aggressive in their calls. Much more.
It's caught inside the 25, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Robert Foster, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
36, Falcons 24. Will Lutz to kick off from the line.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
The
Here we go.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready,
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Space.
Mike 59.
Go.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Hey, South.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, and this one complete to Smith. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Haywood.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run it again with Kamara. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans.